How are we? Welcome back to another episode of Finn's Farm Life. So, currently I'm out walking the land. One, to see what the ground conditions are like, see what the cows, if we're going to be able to get the cows out early next week. And secondly, I wanted to see what kind of response the fertilizer got that I put out a couple of weeks ago. So, I'm here in a field that we grazed all the way up until late December. So, as you can see, it is patchy in places. This is under the trees now. It's not the greatest of grass anyway. But down along here, it is starting to green up. It is starting to grow. We are getting a response from the nitrogen that we put out. This was spread with slurry as well at the beginning of the year. I had a video up about that. But in general, it is going well. There's other fields just up beyond this that was grazed even longer than that. They're starting to green up. They're going to take an awful lot more time. But we have time because we're going to have silage ground to graze. We have the entire grazing platform to go around. The cover is rising. We're happy enough with the growth. But it's just going to be a different kind of a year. There's a wind here now at the moment that is still very cold, keeping the temperature of the soil very low, which isn't the greatest kind of setting for growing grass. But I'm still happy enough that the grass is getting green, which means that the nitrogen is actually having an effect on the ground. Because in my opinion, if I'd waited until temperatures rose, I'd still be waiting. Because with that kind of a wind, it is going to be a very, very long time before this ground temperature gets to the point where it's going to be growing 20 kilos a day. At the moment, I think we're growing about 9 kilos of dry matter. But with the extra nitrogen, it might just boost it up to about 12. Which still isn't massive, but at the same time, considering we still have to start our rotation, we have ground that has a decent cover on it. We're happy enough with that. But like the likes of this now, I'll show you now. Like this place is like a golf course. Like it's very low, but it is green, which is what I like to see, because it means that the nitrogen has the conditions that it's actually being absorbed by the grass. But all this got slurry as well, and fertilizer, so it has every reason to grow. But once it does get its first grazing, it will be spread with slurry again. We're going to spread everything on the farm with slurry once it has been grazed, just to add a bit more into the soil prior to starting going out with the artificial fertilizer. So that's ground wise, and ground wise is wet in places. Well, not wet, but it's damp. Like I can feel my feet marking the ground. So the cows will do a small bit of damage, in my opinion, but thankfully we have plenty of extra gaps to go in. We should be able to reduce the impact the cows have. We're only going to be sending out about 140 cows to the first go, and we'll increase it slowly after that. So we can stretch our rotation out to... We'll stretch the first rotation out to the 10th of April is what the aim is. It's what everyone strives for. But we will get to that. Even if we let the cows out late, let them out in the second week of March, we still hit that. Because we could be, if we went out in this second week of March, we could send out about 85 to 90% of the herd, because that's what's going to be calved, that's what's going to be milking. That's the benefits of calving earlier. Some people would disagree with me on that, but I think it's a better option. Send out cows, calve cows down earlier, have them in the shade, and send a larger amount out when the ground is right and ready for the cows to go out. That's my opinion. So I'm going to finish my walk now. That's a walk in about fucking 70 acres, I'd say, at this stage, up around the silage ground and everything like that, to come back down around again. We didn't spread the silage ground with fertilizer. Just wanted to see what kind of grass was on it, because we're going to be grazing that anyway, to clear off the dead kind of stuff that's on it. And I'll be going out with NutriCut from Grassland Agro. I'll be going out with that kind of mid March, maybe third week of March. Spreading all the silage ground for silage, and aiming to cut that in late April, early May. Well, most likely early May. Because we're trying to get another 4 cuts of silage this year, same as we got last year. So that is the plan. But it's a matter of getting it done now. And yeah. So that's the grass. That's the update on the impact the fertilizer had. Does it need to warm up more? Yes. But it's in the right direction. It's going in the right direction. I am glad I spread the fertilizer. It was not a waste. It was not a stupid decision. Having nitrogen in the ground was a good decision, because if I put it out now, it's going to be another 3 weeks before I see it start to improve. 3 weeks, that's 3 weeks into March. It's not making the impact you want it to be making. If the weather did turn and it started growing, I would have nitrogen in the ground for it to start growing. So that's my thinking on it anyway. But yeah, I'll head back into the yard now, and we will see what else has to be done. Now we're back again in the yard. So spent the last couple of hours getting this exit chute ready, sorted, and I'm finally completed it. So I'll talk you through it. I'll show you kind of what went into it, and then I need to bring over the loading shovel in and gather up the stuff. So as I was saying earlier, it's kind of a temporary job, but it's going to be kind of a long-term temporary job. So essentially, I'll turn this around now. So cows are coming across here, as I said before. So this is our exit across, but then we also do travel it with the tractor. So we do need to give it one more roll, because of this little hollow that's here. So she's in a bit of a hollow. It isn't settling as well as the rest of it, the likes of up there. It's lovely and solid up there because it's on the slope. Water isn't pooling, whereas it is pooling down here. So we're going to give it another roll and see if that improves it. Probably won't, but we'll see. So these are exit chutes. So these wires all over these posts now, because there's power going from here across to over there, power going from here over to that pole there. So we're wired here then over to the corral or the collecting yard, and then wires going either side all the way down, and a wire going in here. So we'll start from up here. I'll kind of talk you through it. So essentially, we're in our old exit and entrance, our main problem was cows. Say if the cows are coming from up here, what most of them would do, would walk across straight down the passage, and they'd build up over there, and they'd struggle to kind of turn in, because they're turning back on themselves. So I done this in a way that cuts that corner out. So basically this wire here goes from here, you can take it off, and she'll come across like that, hook it on over here, and there's never going to be an angle that the cows are going in here. The cows are constantly flowing into the shed. That is the plan anyway. Well, it's then, so they're going out there tomorrow now, so leave that wire set up. I need to set them up in a while. I'll need to go rolling first. Cows come down the hill then. Eventually this is all going to be concreted, so that's why we're not too panicked about the kind of situation down here. This will all eventually be concrete when they come back to do the walls and stuff. So cows are going to be coming in here. We have our spring gates here, so that'll go across there, and there's one that's hanging there. That'll come across to here, so that we can close both of these sides off then as well if we need to, for crossing over with machinery. Coming in then, cows will walk down in here. Good wide open space. Obviously it's a 16-foot 6 flat, and they'll be turning right and in there, and then into that gate there. That's for the time being, but eventually what's going to happen is, and this is going to be where the cows are coming out, then that's the exit chute there, they're coming straight out. Eventually what we're going to do is we're going to set this back gate up so that the cows are coming from the field, this can swing open to over there, and the cows can come in, and they're entering at the bottom of the collecting yard essentially, and straight up then. which will just have a way better flow of cows than if they're coming have to go up, around and in. So that's the plan anyway. Then they'll be coming from down here for a while, because the silage fields are outside there. That's where we're going to be grazing that for a few days, maybe a week, and they'll be coming in. And then what I want to have then is that this gate opens up, that the cows can go in that way. But we're probably not going to have the cows out that long that we're going to actually need that. So the main thing is just that we'll be able to open this gate and the cows can go in that way. So that is how this has worked out. So I just need to get the power turned on. It's all connected up. There should not be any issues with it at all. All the wires are good. They're not too high. Cows are fairly big here. So that group over there, that's going to be the group that's going out tomorrow. About 120 of them. So that's that plan for now. So I'll go get the loading shovel and I'll be back to you. Now, job done. So just finished rolling here now. So we give that another quick roll. Down as far as the eye can see is where this road finished, and I just rolled the ramp again. But down at the bottom here is it's just way too wet. It's not solidifying at all. Like we've rolled it countless times. Up here is like rock. Like it's actually like when I'm rolling it now, I'm actually hopping on the seat because the vibrations are coming back up through the roller, because it's so solid. So we've stone over there. I might just put a few more buckets there along, raise up the level a small bit and roll it kind of more. Like, I know the dip was kind of handy, like, but if the cows go down into that, like, they're going to just tear this under and they're going to start dragging stone into the tank. So if we can level that off, it'll be handy. So that's this done now. So we've decided cows are going out tomorrow, so we're sending the cows down to paddock down at the very end here. So they're going straight down there tomorrow. They're going to be there for 2 days, and then they're going out to that field outside there, just beyond the kind of mountains of rubble out over there into the road field, which is our silage ground. I've never seen that field grazed intentionally, but there's so much grass on it. We're not going to be mowing it for another 2 months, so we said we're going to graze it, and we're going to go out in about a couple of weeks time and put our silage fertilizer out for that. So that is the plan with that. So, and after that is graze, we're probably going to put slurry out in it, and then we've more silage ground up that direction, up at the very back of the farm. We'll graze that as well, so that all the ground around here is all even. It's the same cover when we go to spread fertilizer on it, and we're not putting kind of bad grass into the silage pit. We want to have the good regrowths. Like them fields there, like weren't long grazed when we finished grazing last year. So that's the plan anyway, is to just try and slow them down slightly, so that we can get the rotation long enough that we'll get to the 10th of April, which is the plan. We don't want to finish the round too early, but at the same time we can put out half the cows at the moment, but if the weather stays good, we're going to just throw everything out except for the very fresh cows. That's the plan. So, and especially for the silage fields, because it's a large area. There's 26 acres there and there's 30 acres above, so it's a lot of acreage to try and cover with about 120 cows. So if we can at all, we'll probably send out about 210 cows, and that should have kind of the numbers to kind of get through it as quick as possible, because we don't want them to be going in and out too often, because we've only one entrance into that field without having to go down the entrance passage. So going in and out one gap with 200 cows or 120 cows, it's a lot of traffic like going through, so it could do an awful lot of damage at the gap. So we don't want them to be in there too long. We're not going to be grazing at all. Like, we don't want them to be skinning it or anything, just to take the bad stuff out of it and to kind of reshoot the stuff that's kind of a decent, maybe like it might be good grass, but like by the time we're going grazing, by the time we're going mowing for silage, it's not going to be good grass. It's going to all die and we're going to be down at the bottom, so we don't want that stuff going into the pits at all. So but we don't want the cows to be doing any damage either. So it's a double-edged sword, to be honest, but now we'll figure it out. But everything is set up here. We are ready to go tomorrow. Cows at the far side, I was saying earlier, are going to be going out. So yeah, it is going to be nice to see cows going out at long last. But the wires should hold. I've put down my pipe over here underneath the roadway on the left, so that I connect the wire on the left here to the left on the tank, so that the power will flow through the wires. So should be no issues at all. There's good current around here anyway. I wouldn't like getting a crack off it. But yeah, that is that. I'll be going milking now soon. But I also got a message off my older brother. So he was working at home today. He's off from college. So he sent me on a video. They're spraying fertilizer at home. He asked, did he want me to kind of keep updated at home? So I said yeah. So I'll drop that in now if the video can transfer right and can edit right. If not, we'll figure something out, and down the line I'm going to start getting him to do a bit more if he's working at home, to kind of send me on updates of what's going on at home. So the next clip will either be him spraying fertilizer or it'll be me doing something else. So let's see.
Well lads, just said I'll do a quick video there for Finn. So I'm out spreading fertilizer here on 14.5 acres there we have away from home, a couple of miles from home. So currently put out at 3/4 of a bag to the acre of protected urea, and I'm using obviously the mighty Kubota and a ZM 1201 Amazon spreader we bought there about 3 years ago. So hoping to get whalens out here in the next 2 weeks. There is grasses, a bit of grass here alright, not too much, but hopefully the weather will pick up now and temperatures increase. So that's all to report from here.
Now, hopefully that's after cutting to my brother spreading. But no, I'm home now again, finished outside, milked away fine this evening. Nothing out of the ordinary, to be honest. So I said on the way home I'd call in and see what's been born at home in the last while, because I haven't been in here now in a little bit. But we're on to our phase of Belgian Blues now are starting to land on. Some fucking lovely calves being born. Nice blues and nice whiteheads and nice Anguses, and they're a handy enough little fella now, to be fair. Oh, you're a nice little calf now. You're a nice calf. Good square calf. Too bad now. Not too bad. I think I've seen that fella already before, but they're the older calves. Jesus. He's a nice calf now. He's a very nice calf, that fella right there in front of me. This fella, he's a nice calf. Red whitehead. Don't think I've seen him already. Yeah. Not much going on here now, to be honest. It is all the same. One cow tonight, it seems. I'm not going walking to the other side of the yard. I just said I'd pop in and see what was nearby. I don't know. Cow calving. Well, she probably will calve later tonight. She's tail out from her stuff. Fine cow. She's a fine bag in her. Sorry, missus. She's a lovely looking cow. She'll milk well now. But that's the kind of cow now that I would see as an ideal cow. Like she isn't woeful tall. She had a good bag in her. Bag isn't too low down. Like she carries herself well. Like she's a great looking cow. I'll give it to Mike. I'll give it to the father. He can breed a cow, and that is a fact. A lovely cow. And considering they only got silage, like she got put on good condition. So, see what's going to pop out of her this evening. I ain't going home. So, ease up, cows. That's the end of today's video. Cheers for watching. New videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like, subscribe, do all the good things, and I will talk to you in the next one.